So you believe that you're at the peak of your prime because you're 21 and you must rush to get a mortgage, a secure job, a wife. You must sleep with all the women because it's all gonna go downhill from here. Because some fat loser told you to do this. So there's this YouTuber called First Man, which speaks of this thing called the male advantage, which it is truly a very interesting topic because I believe that it's really like, because I believe that it is true that many men, if not all of us are living in the wrong direction. Like, we are misleaded by the wrong people. Have you ever gotten like a really like supposedly like good like advice from this one person, and then he told you to like, oh, you have to enjoy your life in your 20s because it's all gonna go downhill from there. Like, do you truly want to like be unfiltered with this? Like, this is gonna sound like insulting, but do you truly want to live like this loser that told you to do this? And it may be the hardest pill. It may be a really hard to swallow pill, but it truly is the reality that we live in nowadays. It is very hard to take advice from someone, especially when they're not living. Like, question yourself, is that person that you're taking the advice from living the life that you would like to live one day? Is that the life that you want to live when you grow up? Do you want to be like this person? Does he have the physique that you want? The money that you want? The appearance? The confidence? Truly ask yourself this. In this concept, the thing is that the male advantage is that in reality, a man that is 30 years old is only 12 years old. Because in reality, a man is only born until after the education system, because you don't really get to do something productive that is really important to you and what you want to do. Like, for example, when did you ever in high school do something when did you ever do work for yourself? Like, not an assignment that some school told you to do, like none of this. Like, when have you actually put in work into something that you wanted to do? When have you actually thought of a business idea? When have you actually read a book just because you wanted to? When have you actually done something outside of school or a school environment that you wanted to do because you just wanted to, because you had that idea and you actually did it? Because the thing is that men and women are very different in our lives. Because a woman is never gonna look better when she's 22. Like, a woman is always gonna look better when she's younger, if you know what I mean. Like, so let's say, like, in comparison to like a woman that was 20 years old is never gonna look as good in her 30s as she did in her 20s. So a woman, no matter how much she takes care of herself, a woman does have to rush this process of, oh, I have to get a mortgage, I have to get a good marriage, because by the time the woman gets to her 30s, her life is over. Like, you can say whatever you want. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, like, you're dead. Like, I'm not saying that, but like, a woman is never gonna look as good as she did in her prime, which is her 20s, like her early 20s. No matter how much she takes care of her skin, her body, whatever, a woman is always gonna look better when she is 22, 23, 24 in comparison to when she is 30 years old. But as a man, it is the complete opposite. A man, when he is in his early 20s, he has no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Like what am I doing with my life? If you ask any woman that's in her early 20s, if you ask her who is more attractive, a 20-year-old man or a 30-year-old man, I guarantee you at least 80% of those women are gonna say that the 30-year-old man is more attractive. Because just think about it. Do you know any 20-year-old that actually has all his shit together? He has the physique, the financial success, the confidence, the status, everything. No 20-year-old man is gonna have that. I'm not saying that no one does, but it is truly rare to find this. Realize that your life is only starting whenever you're 20. You must sacrifice your 20s to fully get the male advantage, because the great filter is truly something that is gonna hit all of us. And that's another concept that this YouTuber First Man speaks about, which I truly agree with him on this. So you must really do the opposite and don't take advice from people that they're not living the life that you want to live, which is pretty hard. Like, you might say, oh, like, that's stupid, like how am I gonna find someone like, well, that's the thing. Like, let's say, like, maybe even like, let's say even like your aunt or your uncle, like, yeah, maybe you can take some advice from them, like, from time to time, but like, are they really truly living the life that you want? Your teachers, do you want to live a life like your teacher? Working 40 hours a week, unhappy, fat, and unhappy? Like, is that truly what you want? You must sacrifice your 20s to live an amazing life, because men nowadays, they're taking the advice from the wrong people and are living their life the opposite way. Because we are thinking that, oh, I'm 20 years old and this is gonna be my prime. No, because if you really see like the growth of a man, the way that a man grows, you can really grasp and you can really see how most men are their peak is usually always gonna be at their 30s rather than their 20s. Even their appearance, because a man is not like a woman that ages so fast and like her prime. Like, he doesn't get like. A woman is she's just gonna be beautiful. She's gonna be attractive because nature brought her, like the world brought her to like how she is nowadays. Like, let's be honest, like if you see a woman that's attractive in the street, you see her at Walmart or anywhere, that's more than likely she has never set a foot in the gym. Let's be honest. But no man, in comparison, on the other hand, no man is ever gonna look good just because puberty hit him and now he's this Greek god of. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. So a man actually has to work for everything. A man has to work for his status, his financial success, his appearance. A man never gets handed anything just like that. If you see a yacht in Miami and you see a 30-year-old man, he had to work all his life to get his appearance, to get that financial success, to be able to buy that yacht. He had to put in the work every single day, because the thing is that you might say that, oh, that so some men they can take days off, but like women will be like, oh, like they can take the days off because I'm this nice young lady and I let my man take days off. But like, just think about this. If your man would have taken days off before you ever met him, he would have never been at a position to even attract you in the first place. Like, you're like, some women will try to defend these men. They'll be like, oh yeah, they can take days off. But these are the men that they are ignoring in their DMs. These are the men that they don't even acknowledge. That they don't even acknowledge their existence. A man's life starts at 30, and a woman's life starts at 18. Now, I'm not saying that like it has to be this way, like, oh, like everyone's life starts at 18. Like, you can be younger or even older to like, as long as like, it depends on where you start your journey, like to like working on something that actually you want to work on. Just think about it. Do you think a 30-year-old man is gonna go for a 20-year-old woman or a 30-year-old woman? Be honest. They're obviously gonna go for the 20-year-old. And do you think a 22-year-old woman is gonna go for a 30-year-old man or a 22-year-old man? No woman is gonna pick the 22-year-old. Maybe if they met in high school and they're like, oh, he was my high school crush or whatever. Yeah, then maybe that, like, fair enough, whatever. But no man is gonna be 21 years old and he's gonna have everything figured out. If you compare the same man from when he is 20 years old and he's 30 years old, it is very not likely that he's gonna be more successful when he was 20 years old. The advice that most people give you is, like, just think about it. If that person that you're taking advice from is not living the life that you want to live in the future, then then you should probably think twice before taking his advice, like truly grasping their advice. You must sacrifice your 20s to live a better life. Your 30s, your 40s, because you're gonna get there. You're gonna be 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And if you don't sacrifice your 20s for that age, it's all gonna, it all truly is gonna go downhill. Like that's like that advice is so stupid. Like, oh yeah, it's all gonna go downhill from there. Like, is that really what you want? Like, are you just gonna accept like, oh yeah, it's all gonna go downhill, so yeah, whatever. Truly think about this, because the male advantage is real. First man is right. Men are a lot more. Men are truly not the equal to women. So truly take this into consideration when it comes to your choices and what you're doing with your life. Because maybe you're 25 years old or 24, maybe you don't have anything figured out, but please don't rush it and just go for whatever, you know? Like, try new things, like try starting a business, try making yourself better, because trust me, those people that are popular in high school right now, the great filter is gonna hit them. They're gonna reach they're gonna reach their 25s and their lives are gonna decline because they're doing the bad habits. If you do the good habits, trust me, it would all be worth it in the end. Yep. So remember that you can be a sick cunt or fucking Meyer.